Hey, everybody, and welcome back. Today, I am excited to go over the 5 life changing secrets that I learned spending over $43,000 on one on one coaching. Now, this is not being a part of masterminds or paying for third party services in your business. This is actual one on one coaching that I've paid for out of my pocket. I've spent over $43,000, and I'm excited to share with you my big takeaways and really hopefully give you an idea that if you're considering using a coach, what you can expect and maybe even ask for. Because for a lot of people, the concept of giving a coach, it's kind of weird, right? Like, why do I need a coach? And really, the one reason that you need a coach, or the one reason you should consider hiring a coach, is to compress decades into days. The coaches are usually older people that have already accomplished what you're trying to accomplish 2, 3, 4, 5 times over, and they're there to assist in your journey and expedite it and prevent some downfalls along the way. That is the most clear concept, condensing decades into days. That's why I pay for coaching. And so these 5 ideas, when I was journaling them down in my iPad here, I was really thinking deep on, like, what have I gotten out of coaching over the past, I think I've been doing one-on-one coaching for about 4 years. And so here they are. I'm going to go through them. I'm excited to share these with you. Number 1 is culture. Culture has been the cornerstone of success, not only our business, but any organization. When you can combine the right culture and the right people, if you've got something that works and you know it makes money, combine that with the right culture and the right people, things are really going to take off. And my business coach is what really put me onto this. There's a really good book called The Culture Code to kind of, give you some ideas, but at its heart, culture in an organization is how the employees, the managers, and the owners interact with one another when there are shared core values and trust. The shared core values is really important because a lot of times if there's not any shared core values, if you have integrity and you work with someone who doesn't have integrity, like, you don't really want to be forthcoming with everything around that person. You're always going to have a wall up. So that's why it's so important to get the core values right in an organization, because it really puts everyone's walls down and feels like they can relate to one another and like everyone's on the same journey and they just get along. So he hit this concept up that Brandon, the CEO's, one of his biggest job is to create culture in an organization, right? When good things happen, does everybody get on that bandwagon and praise that person and give them a shout out? Or is it crickets? When there is a potential problem, how does the team handle it? Does it get toxic? Do people start pointing fingers everywhere? Or does everybody focus on the solution rather than the problem? Does your team engage in what is called healthy conflict? Very important, because you're going to have disagreements. There's going to be balls that get dropped. It's how you handle that situation and how you engage in healthy conflict. He introduced me to a lot of these ideas when it comes to culture building, and I had previously not had culture on my radar at all. I didn't realize how important it was. But to me, it is everything. It is super important. Number 2, how to have conversations with your team. This particular coach that I have, his name is Steve. He is very good at words and calculating exactly what needs to be said and when it needs to be said. I had a employee that we had just hired. We flew him in town, and he wasn't working out. Weeks in, he wasn't working out. And I was like, dude, Steve, what do I do here? The guy just moved his life here. He's like excited about it. He's in a hotel right now looking for a place to live. I guess he didn't line that up. How do I have this conversation with him? And Steve, because he had had hundreds of those conversations over his 50 plus years in business, he knew exactly what to say, and he articulated it, and he did it in a way where it took the pressure off me and kind of put it on the employee. And he did it in a way of asking really good questions is what he is like really good at when it comes to how to have conversations with people in your organization. He words it in a way where I can't remember what he said, but it was like, hey, Sean, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hey, I'm just curious. how do you feel like things have been going since you've been here? And kind of letting him say what you don't want to say because you're going to like hurt his feelings. That was something that he was very good at. And so being able to go to him time after time and get the actual blueprint on what I need to say, how to communicate on the big concepts, the big ideas, and where the company's going, that's been very instrumental. Number 3 is having somebody to bounce ideas off to gain clarity. Man, as a business owner, you have a million ideas an hour, especially if you're in this visionary role. My partner, he is the visionary. He has a million bajillion ideas an hour, and I'm like an integrator. I'm more of an organizer or COO role. And my job is to take the ideas that are really, really good and run with them and put a spotlight on them and to inject a bunch of time, organization, and energy into them. But 99% of them I take around the back of the barn and I shoot it as fast as possible. And so being able to have somebody to bounce ideas off a coach helps keep the main thing the main thing. It's very easy to get distracted in business. You know, I really like Alex Hormozi's YouTube video, this concept of the woman in the wet red dress, where as your business grows, you have more and more of these hot chicks in a red dress that walk by, like in Neo in the Matrix, and he gets distracted and turns around, and all of a sudden, boom, he's dead. Teaching, hey, look, don't take your eye off the ball. That's what a coach helps you do. Not take your eye off the ball. You can get somewhere so much faster if you're running just one race. And a lot of times we've got our hand in 2, 3, 4 different things, and we're trying to run 2, 3, 4 different races, and we only have so much energy. And we ended up not even be able to cross the finish line because we tried to do too many things at the same time. So having someone to bounce ideas off of to keep the main thing, and to keep you focused has been it's made a very big impact on me. Number 4 is connections to their network. When you have somebody who's been everything I'm talking about is in the concept of like a business coach. So let's keep it in that. There are life coaches and other coaches out there, but everything I'm kind of saying here is in reference to a business coach. They have been doing business for 40 plus years. And if they're doing coaching, chances are they're coaching other successful entrepreneurs, and they've got a great network. I've had coaches introduce me to people that have written me 7-figure checks before. I've had coaches introduce me to people that I've done business with. I've sold products to. I've done stuff with. I've had them introduce me to people that I've bought stuff from that have changed my business. It's made an impact. It's been good. So connections to this person network, I think, is probably one of the most underutilized things that not a lot of people know about. When you have access to a coach, ask if they know anybody that can help out with X, Y, and Z. Be very clear about what your problems are, because they can align you with the right people to get those solved. And finally, number 5 is mindset. When you are in business, it's a roller coaster ride. You're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. We're going through a down right now. We built 40 some odd houses, and we have this crazy inflation that's hit because of the backlash from COVID. We had supply chain problems getting materials to the houses. And, now with interest rates, like, we are not getting the prices we thought. It's just a reality of the situation. Profits are not what we thought or hoped they were going to be. And it turned pretty quick too. So having a coach to be able to bounce ideas off of when things aren't going well, and being able to manage your mindset when you need it, is very, very critical. Because again, your thoughts produce your actions produce your habits produce your character, and your character is what writes your destiny. In other words, your thoughts ultimately influence the reality that you're able to build through yourself. And if you've got crappy thoughts, if you're beating yourself up, if you're super duper stressed out, if you're just not able to mentally function properly or at a high level, it's going to affect your life. You're not going to be able to create that reality that you want because you're stuck in your head. So having a coach to help you through those tough times, and to pour fire on the good times, man. It's nice when you're lit up and you're going, and having someone to like pour more fuel on that fire, baby, and you're killing it. And I mean that it's a lot of fun too when you've got someone on your side and they're like just getting you pumped up and pouring fuel on your fire when things are rocking. That can help out too. So mindset has been another life-changing secret when it comes to what I've taken away from my coaching. Those are the 5 life-changing secrets that I've learned spending over $43,000 coaching. I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoyed this episode.